What's up, YouTube? It's Groovinator from RaidersOfLostFlicks.com. Please subscribe to my channel. Every time you don't subscribe to my channel, God kills a kitten. And the internet loves kittens. So quit killing kittens. Subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Just push the button. Subscribe. Do it. Do it now. Holy shit, you guys. I woke up this morning and I picked up like 5 or 6 subs overnight. That hasn't happened in a while now. So maybe my little, don't kill kittens rant helped. And you know what? I'm glad that worked. I'll do it more often. Mad respect. I might actually hit 200 after all, and there will be a live stream. But anyway, today's video is kind of unscripted. I just decided that I was so excited that I'd do another video. This is specifically for you guys to just subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm trying to build my channel, and it's happening, and it's making me happy. So, unfortunately, this is maybe some less than happy news, but it's kind of something that I wanted to touch on because it kind of goes along with the theme that Disney, when they bought Star Wars, specifically bought the logo. They had absolutely no interest whatsoever in paying any kind of respect to the legacy characters. So far, they haven't. They've unceremoniously killed them off. They've mishandled the brand. They've really driven a lot of people away. They're trying to trade up an older audience for a newer audience, which is a mistake. It's an industry mistake to do that. You should basically make a brand that, when George Lucas created Star Wars, he created Star Wars as a multi-generational modern-day myth, all right? It wasn't just supposed to be a brand, okay? It became a brand over time, but it had universal appeal. These new movies do not have universal appeal because a lot of the people, in fact, most of the people that went to go see The Force Awakens were people that were trying to relive a nostalgic moment. And you know what? For a few minutes there, it was fun to be a Star Wars fan again. But after we finally saw the movie and, we took the nostalgia goggles off, we realized that maybe what we were watching was maybe a poor imitation of something that's already been done. And then there was the next couple of movies. There was The Last Jedi, which pretty much divided the fandom in two, with absolutely no interest whatsoever in respecting any of the original fans. And then there was Solo, which is probably one of the most cynical movies because I remember I didn't go see Solo because I was upset with The Last Jedi and the way that they treat the company treats the fans. But then after finally just watching Solo and it finally dropped on Netflix, all I could think of is, wow, this entire universe and this story is what you spend all of your money on. You give us a backstory for a character that you just killed off unceremoniously. For what reason? Did you just want to reboot him and rewrite him in your image? I just don't understand. So anyways, we're getting early reviews on Galaxy's Edge, which is basically Disney's new giant Star Wars expansion that they've spent billions of dollars putting together. And we all knew, okay, that Disney was buying the brand. They were buying Star Wars for the logo. We knew that they were going to integrate that into the theme parks. I don't think any of us really had a problem with that. I mean, the fact, just being able to go to Star Wars on a regular basis, that's pretty exciting, right? Okay, so, and I remember I went to Disneyland, or Disney World. Yeah, Disney World. I went specifically to the Star Wars part of Disney World. Galaxy Edge was not open yet, obviously, and I'd never been to Disney World before because, I kind of grew up poor. I mean, average ticket's like, $150 to get in. So I finally saw Disney World last summer, and, it was a bucket list item of mine. And I'm not saying that I'm not glad that I went. I got my picture taken with Chewbacca, and I watched all the characters walk around. You got to see the Stormtroopers march. Of course, it was the New Order stormtroopers marching around, not the original stormtroopers. It's the newer stormtroopers, and led by what's her name? Not Boba Fett. Can't remember her name right now. It's really not important, but Captain Phasma. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, Captain Phasma and the First Order troopers were marching around. So. But it's still kind of cool, because they put effort into these things. But my first impression with Disney World, at least what I went to, was just that It's just an entrance fee. It's a $150 entrance fee to get into basically the most expensive gift shops that you'll ever see. I mean, I'm not saying these gift shops aren't impressive. I mean, they got Sideshow collectibles. You can buy an entire replica, movie quality replica Darth Vader suit. You can buy bottles of wine. I mean, but there's more effort into those gift shops than there are into the actual attractions. I mean, I know they're building this whole big thing, but I was just kind of underwhelmed by a lot of what I saw. I kind of expected more for what I paid, is what I'm getting at. So I was glad that I went. And then this summer, I went to Universal Studios. And oh my God, all right? There's 3 parks of Universal Studios, all right? There's a water park and 2 other parks. And we had the 2-park one-day pass. I went with some relatives of mine, my aunt and uncle and their grandson, and we were just completely overwhelmed by how much stuff there was to do at these 2 parks. I mean, we walked until our feet were pretty much just killing us, you know what I mean? And despite how tired and sore we were, on the ride home, we were already planning a return visit. We were not doing that with Disney World. So I'm just saying that Universal Studios shits all over Disney's theme parks. I'll say that, and I'll back it up. I can't wait to get back to Universal Studios. I was more than impressed. Now, their gift shops are not quite as impressive as Disney, but what they do have is a lot of rides. They have better food. They have so many things to look at, even if you don't want to get on rides. It's dedicated to movies, and me, I'm a big movie guy. So I rode on all kinds of rides at Universal. Disney, I didn't get on any rides because I'm kind of at the point now where I don't really get on roller coasters as much as I used to. I mean, I grew up in Joliet, which is near Chicago, and when I wanted to do the roller coaster thing, which is was most of my teens and maybe early 20s, we used to go to Six Flags Great America, which is in Gurnee, Illinois, and that place is full of roller coasters. And, my parents took me to that place when I was a kid. And I remember when I first walked into Disney World thinking, wow, Six Flags is really a better park than this and so much cheaper just because they had tons of roller coasters. But, the food at Great America, the shows, no, not so much. I mean, the food at Great America is kind of like going to the food court at the mall. You know what I mean? It's overpriced and not very good. You know what I'm saying? So, not that food should matter, but hey, if you're going to go into a park and pay for a lot of food, or pay for food at all, and it's going to be overpriced, it should at least taste good, right? And, the Monster Cafe at Universal Studios was awesome. Their food was great. It was just fantastic, all right? I loved it. I can't wait to go. And honestly, for a theme park, I don't think it was overpriced at all. I enjoyed it. So, but anyways, I was, kind of contemplating, do I want to go back to Disney World and check out this Galaxy's Edge? If I was, it wasn't going to be for a while because, hey, when these things open, they're busy as hell. You can't even get through with a shoehorn. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, according to Data Racer here on Twitter, early Galaxy's Edge reviews are not looking good. Now check this out. No original trilogy characters. Sequel trilogy only. Now, I realize that people subscribe to my channel. This is not the first time that you've heard this news, but you haven't heard my take on this yet. And I was kind of bouncing around. Do I want to do this story? Do I not? Mostly I kind of stick to movie stuff, but this kind of relates to movies because the Star Wars movies have savagely disappointed me. And I started this channel basically to vent my frustrations for Disney Star Wars and just the movie industry in general, how everything has taken a nosedive in quality, especially with Disney. They treat all of their movies like amusement park rides. It's just, there's no heart in anything that they're doing. They're not taking risks. Everything that they're making is remakes and reboots and repurposes, okay? It's basically how many butts and seats can we milk off this nostalgia tit, and who will go see this, and what cartoon have we not remade into a live action yet? That's kind of where we're at, all right? And as we now know, okay, so no original trilogy characters, sequel trilogy only, okay. Food is awful. Blue/green milk is a vegan soy smoothie. Ew. Ew. That's all I gotta say. I would not say that I would never have blue milk, but if it's a vegan soy smoothie, Yeah, I don't want to drink that. I don't want to be anywhere near that. Millennium Falcon Ride is a bad arcade game. And that's one of the most attractive features, that you got this giant life-size Millennium Falcon smack right in the middle of what looks kind of like Mos Eisley Spaceport, but not exactly. And it's a bad arcade game? Really? Okay. So back to Universal Studios again. They have a lot of 3D rides, and I'm sure some of you have been on 3D rides. It's basically an amalgamation of a 3D movie and, an amusement park ride. And they're very safe. They're not super scary. They're a lot of fun. I rode on a ton of those things, all right? And I look forward to more of them. And that's kind of what I was hoping that the Millennium Falcon ride would be. But now I'm hearing it's a bad video game. 3-hour wait to build a $250 FX lightsaber. I have a couple of Star Wars FX lightsabers in storage. I don't have them here with me. I have the Darth Vader one. I didn't pay $250 for it. It was given to me, by some people from GameStop. Some employees actually gave that to me for my birthday. I was really excited when I got that. I didn't actually pay for it, but... And then we go down a little bit farther here, all right? Disney employees are bashing Galaxy's Edge as a boring ripoff all over Reddit. A lot of Disney Imagineers that built the park ripped it for enforcing, quote, this is real important here, enforcing a sequel trilogy theme and not being about original Star Wars. Disney spent $1 billion on Galaxy's Edge to grift and disappoint Star Wars fans. And you know what? That's an ongoing theme with Disney in general. And it's getting to the point to where I am just about ready to boycott everything that Disney puts out. I have no interest, zero vested interest at all in Star Wars Episode 9. Based on the way that they went with, the Last Jedi, basically did not give me any excitement whatsoever to see what was going to happen with these characters. Nothing. Left absolutely no cliffhanger ending. I don't care where they're going to go with it, all right? Now, I know some people are going to be disappointed with me saying that, but it's not a boycott if you're not interested in the first place. Because I know there's a lot of people that just straight up want to boycott Star Wars. They want to boycott Disney because Disney is really doubling down on their politics, and they're making a lot of people angry with some of their political stances out there in social media. And I don't blame people for feeling that. You shouldn't mince politics with business. You really shouldn't, because what you do is you alienate audiences of people that are very passionate about those politics, all right? It's the same thing with Gillette, it's like they wanted to go woke and start pushing their woke ideology and putting down people. You know what? Worked on me. Everything I ever bought from Gillette, wadded it up, threw it in the trash. I have no patience for that kind of crap, all right? Don't use politics to market items to me, all right? It's the most cynical and sleaziest thing you could possibly do. So I don't blame people for protesting Disney, not seeing Star Wars. I'm definitely not going to waste my money and go to this theme park, all right? I've already got Universal Studios. I want to go to Universal Horror Nights, all right? I love that park. I would consider, if I lived a little bit closer to Orlando, I would consider a season pass for Universal Studios, all right? I would be a shill. I'm not. I wish I was. I'm not sponsored by anybody at this point. I would totally shill for Universal Studios just because I had that much fun. I'm looking forward to going back. But this is really disappointing. I mean, honestly, and it's kind of something that I kind of speculated that this was going to happen. Basically, all of Disney's movies are glorified commercials for their theme parks, all right? There's this big cycle that they're following, all right? It's like, go to the movie, get the kids to like the movie, get the kids to beg the parents to take the kids to the theme park so that they can go see the movie characters and ride the rides based on the movie. That's all they're doing, all right? It's just, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad business model, but the problem is a lot of people don't like the new Star Wars, all right? And Disney went way out of their way to abandon the old Star Wars fans. And what's crappy about that is, why would you do that? Okay, granted, the older fans are not going to live forever. I'm sure not going to live forever. Sometimes I think I will, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to live forever. But you know what? My money spends just as well as millennials' money, all right, or SJW's money, who most SJWs, let's face it, don't have this kind of money, all right? They don't support this kind of stuff. So when you're alienating the audience that made this franchise as strong as it was, as big as it was, is universally praised and glorified as it was, you know, you're really taking a risk, all right? As far as building this new audiences, I guarantee there's more kids that are probably interested in Harry Potter than Star Wars. And you know what? Universal has Harry Potter crap all over everywhere, all right? And I'm not saying it bothered me. It's cool if you're into that sort of thing. It's not really aimed at my age, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, you know? What I'm saying, though, is kids that's grown up now, they already have their own kind of Star Wars thing, all right? Star Wars was what came out in the 70s, all right, when we didn't have things like that. It was the first of its kind. So you trying to rebrand it and restructure it and rebuild it into something that it's not, all you're doing is alienating fans and pushing away potential customers. And any kind of a business marketing stance, that makes absolutely zero sense, all right? Mixing politics and business, not a good idea, all right? So this is very disappointing, all right? Yeah, 3-hour wait to build a $215 effects lightsaber. You know, there's all kinds of websites online where you can build a halfway decent lightsaber. You know, I'm not going to pitch any of those right now because, like I say, I'm not monetized, I'm not marketing. But you guys know where you can go to get stuff like that. You know, you don't need to go to Disney, spend $150 and then spend another $215 and wait for 3 hours to do that. You know, when you go to theme parks, man, it's like you have to really budget your time because most of the rides are going to have about a 2.5 hour wait to get on. So you have to really narrow down the rides that you absolutely want to ride. Unless you're going over like, you know, a 3 or 4 day weekend, you know, if you're just going one day like I did, you have to really book it and get to those spots, decide which things you're going to ride on, when you're going to break to go for lunch. It's overwhelming. You simply cannot do it all. There's not enough time. Do I want to waste 3 hours standing in line to build something I have to carry around the park? No, I'm not going to do it. Absolutely refuse. So anyways, that was my stance on this. Like I said, the hell with Disney. Universal's better. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit on the like button, like or dislike, whichever you want to go. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you didn't do so already. Tell all your friends about us. Like I said, we're really close to 200, and we're going to do a live show as soon as we hit that to celebrate. So you guys have yourselves a groovy day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And this is the Groovinator signing out. Peace.